What's up, everyone? My name is Jessica.
And my name is Moise.
And welcome to another episode of
Financial Health for Healthcare Professionals.
So, we are going to be talking about money. And we are here to help healthcare professionals get their money right. So if you are interested in being on the show and feel that you can be transparent enough to share what debts you have and share just what your financial situation is like currently, then fill out the form below and we will make arrangements to get you onto the show and see if you are compatible with what we're trying to do in the mission of the show. If you still do want help, but maybe you're a little shy, still fill out that form and we will be able to help you off camera as well. Right now, we're just trying to create content and help people along the way.
And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you do not miss another episode of Financial Health for Healthcare Professionals.
Do it now.
We just want you guys to just see what's going on and to be able to catch up and follow up with our discussions of getting financially fit.
All right. So we follow this financial guru. His name is Dave Ramsey.
Yes.
And he's pretty great at what he does. And he's been doing it for over 30 years. And his methods have been proven to work throughout these 30 or so years that he's been doing this. And there are many people who follow his steps and become what we would call everyday millionaires. So it's your average person who works your standard jobs, no gimmicks, no getting rich quick scheme, but they become millionaires through hard work, investing, and just being smart with their money throughout the course of time. So there's a lot of things that we've learned from him, and there was a particular video that we wanted to show and share with you guys because it's in regards to healthcare and student loans. So this particular video is about a physical therapy student, and let's just find out a little bit more about what is going on.
John's in Asheville, North Carolina. Hi, John. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Better than I deserve. How can I help?
So I'm in a situation, it's a lot of debt, and I'll just start running the numbers by you. So I'm a first-year physical therapy student. I still have 2 more years to go of schooling. I myself am in $78,000 of debt. My fiance and soon-to-be wife is in 220 through Sally Mae, 220,000, and also another 88,000 through FAFSA student loans. So totaling all that up, it's about $400K.
$400K.
That is crazy. $400,000
for a PT degree.
Wow, and both of them too, which is wild. $400,000 in debt. Now, sometimes you get into debt because you go, it's the type of school that you choose or the type of program that you have or how you get extra loans. And
right.
This is a crazy situation right now.
It really is. All I have to say, and we'll get back to the video, is I love occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech pathology. And I love it so much that I would never tell anyone to not get into it. But I would not do it at the cost of $400,000 in debt combined. That is crazy. That is crazy. There are better ways, and we will be discussing some of these along the video, but it's just wild.
She just finished physical therapy school. She's been working now for 2 months. She just started working in June.
She spent $200,000
and another 88.
She spent $300,000
on a PT degree. Why?
I know, and for the longest time in our relationship, I, I was
Bad
told it
school
was,
choice? I mean, what was the deal?
no, it was a state school, up in Pennsylvania. But
You don't have to get yourself into this much debt to get through school. You have to shop. And one of the things we are going to be talking about later on, as we're in this conversation of becoming financial healthy, is the beauty of shopping around to find the most cost-effective education for what you need to do for the career that you need to have.
And part of that shopping is a few things. You got to see what programs do they have in place in order to give you the most affordable price. There are programs out there that they will fully fund you. Is it rare? Absolutely, 100%. Are there ways that you can do other things in healthcare to have your organization currently pay for it? Yes. Technically, I'm an occupational therapist right now, but technically I can go to nursing school for free if I wish because of my job. And I don't have to pay for a single thing.
And that's
So,
the knowledge that you have.
yes. So, my point is look for jobs and organizations that will give you tuition reimbursement. Look for scholarships. My university did have a program that if you got accepted into this particular program within the school, then and you had to work for 5 years within pediatrics school system more specifically. And after you dedicate 5 years of the school system, or of your work to the school system, then they would forgive your loans. And they basically covered like 75% of your tuition if you got accepted. It was very competitive, but that was still an option. So find out what programs do your universities have that could reduce the risk of you taking out over $200,000 in loan. And the biggest one, and this is just my opinion, I think she was just living above her means.
Yeah, she probably was living above her means in doing so.
She wanted to travel while she was in PT school. She probably wanted to pay a very expensive rent and live by herself because she didn't want to deal with a roommate. I don't know.
These things happen.
Expensive car payment.
And another thing too, look at the job setting that you're going to be in before you choose the school, before you choose the program, and look at the requirements that's needed.
See what can you do with your current skills and knowledge to find a way to pay for PT school and or OT school, nursing school, medical school. I have a student that I mentored that she started a volleyball camp. Okay, she was a college volleyball player. And as we were talking, I told her to get creative. What skills and knowledge do you have right now? She's like, well, I'm really good at volleyball. So she decided that based on our conversation, she wanted to start a volleyball camp. And that is how she paid for her school. So I think she made in one semester by running it 2 times or 3 times per year, she made a good like 15, 20K. I'm just saying. So it works.
Is she gonna be doing some specialty type of PT
No.
that earns more than the average?
No.
the only thing she could do is get a travel job, which tend to pay closer to, if you would extrapolate it out, closer to $100K a year.
Mm-hmm.
However, with me being in school in Asheville for the next 2 years approximately,
When are you getting married?
we're getting married in December.
Good. Okay. The thing you do, John, is the ratio you're looking at is, and this is this reason we ask these questions every time is, if you get out, you're making 75, she's making 75, that's 150, and you're going to have 400. So that's the shovel to hole ratio, we always call it. In other words, your shovel's your income, the hole is 400.
And I just want to say, it's hard being a newlywed, being adjusted to that lifestyle. Now she's going to take a travel therapy job to be separated with her husband while the husband's in school.
She says he's saying that it's like the only way to make the most money. It's not the only way to make the most money,
Exactly. If she takes that travel therapy job, it's advisable not to do that, especially when you're
If
within
you're a
your.
newlywed, I mean, that's just our opinion. I don't advise it because there's so many things that are going on in that point of your life that you have to consider that you're just married, you just are starting your career as a physical therapist, and you're going to have to be learning different electronic medical record systems. You're going to have to be learning and on how to be on your own for the first time as a full-fledged PT, and it can be very daunting, and sometimes these places where you work, they don't give you the most proper guidance and mentorship that you need, and
They
it
want
is
you
up
in
to
there.
you.
They want you in there to just be
Yeah.
training and
Yeah,
just do the
you
job.
start doing your evaluations, you start treating. We don't really have too much time to be focusing on giving you so much training. Like, this is why you have your continuing education classes, and this is why you should be learning on your own time how to be a better PT, and that's how they look at it. And the same thing goes for OT. And I don't know too much about nursing, but if that's kind of how it is in nursing, please drop a comment down below, let us know. But it's a lot to be dealing with, just getting into your career, marriage, and dealing with
Newlywed
all this debt.
with
So,
that.
and then you're going to be traveling.
And the husband is going to be studying.
Well, if you live on 50 and you put 100, it's 4 years,
Mhm.
right? That's how we do it. I mean, that's how we
Yeah.
run the math. It's just big numbers like that.
Mhm.
Because we always want to assume you live on nothing and you put everything. I mean, if
Mhm.
you could live on 30 and put 120, it cuts it down by a few months, but, and you pick up some OT, which both of you can do, pick up an emergency room, and anything else you can pick up that's not travel.
Right.
But, she can make another 20 working OT, working some overtime for somebody. It's available. And
it can be done.
then you just plow your way through it. I mean, if both of you make 90 instead of making 75, or both of you make 95 instead of making 75 when you get out, then that's how you're going to plow through it. But it's going to be because you're not getting out for another 18 months after marriage or so. It's going to be a long slog. I mean, y'all got a 3-4 year, at least 4 year program
Mhm.
of
Right.
no life. Don't talk about buying a house.
What he's talking about is what's called an offensive defensive strategy. For those of you who like sports, we talk about the offense making more money and the defense cutting back. So he says, look, whatever you guys are going to make, live off 50,000, live off this amount, which is the defense. The offense, pull up more money, make more, find out ways to make more income by putting in more overtime. A lot better than taking a travel job. This is, hey, let's see what we can do here and now to earn more money to bring in, and let's not do frivolous spending like going out to eat and all these other things.
And that's my biggest takeaway for you, John. Don't let the magnitude of this cause you to not start, because the time's going to pass anyway, and you're going to look up in 5 years. And 5 years from now or 4 years from now, you're either going to look up and this is going to be a gone thing of the past, debt that you used to know, or you're going to be smack dab right in the middle of it, and some of it will have gone up. You see what I'm
But
saying?
I think that one of the things that has helped us the most is just facing our debt head on. Okay. And we know that we don't want that looming over our heads 10 years from now. So it's up to you to make that decision. Your financial future is not on your employer's hands, it's not in the government's hands. It is in your hands. It really is. Okay. You can make the decision to not eat out, not take a certain trip. And I'm not saying that these pleasurable experiences are a no at like ever. Okay, I'm not saying that to never do those things, but you have to look at things in terms of percentages and how much are you really putting towards in savings and investing, and how much is your basic cost of living uh, costing you. So like that, you can make an assessment as to whether should you move to a cheaper place, should you move to a different city, and do your research on these things. Don't just let life go by. It's part of being an adult. Okay, you assess the situation, you see the numbers, and you go, wow, I had no idea that I was spending this much on my pet. I had no idea that I was spending this much on groceries and so forth. And you see what you can cut, and you put that towards your debt.
And I mean, we're talking beans and rice, rice and beans, ramen noodles,
Mm-hmm.
tuna fish is for
Yeah.
broke people. I mean, this is what you're broke people. That's what you're getting into. It's what you're signing up for. And both of you have signed up for it. So,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't tell you to do anything other than that. I mean, get married in December and then start working it as hard as you can work it. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Who's paying for the wedding?
Both families have agreed to pay approximately 10 grand each.
Okay.
that's a nice wedding.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. No, you're not going in debt for it. So that's
Majority of marital issues come because of financial problems. Financial problems, a big, big, big cause. Studies have shown, it's generally known that finance is a big cause for marital strife. And you don't want to go into marriage having to pay down a wedding debt or a wedding honeymoon debt that's over 50 grand, 60 grand, because you have the most extravagant, big bells and whistles wedding. And then after that, you have to figure out how you're going to pay off for that, on top of the student loans, on top of maybe getting a house, on top of cars. And it's just going to add just so much stress. What they did is good. $10,000, very lean, very cut. You get that out the way. And then after that, you just build up covering those student loan debts.
Yeah, cash flow it. And when you are in debt and you are saving for a wedding, I mean, that is not the time for you to get into any additional debt or be running things on credit cards because you want your points. If anything, those credit card companies are using you. Okay, so don't think that they are just giving you all these points because these companies and organizations and corporations are so nice that they want me to go on my honeymoon for free. So it is meant to keep people trapped. So just be wary and start your marriages on the right foot. And if it's one thing that I know we've come to learn is that in terms of the finance aspect, the communication of finances is one thing that I hope that they're doing. Okay, because if they're not communicating about money early on, that is not good.
Yeah, get on a page. Learn to get on some page. You know, you don't want to be on page 10 and your partner is on page 3 or page 2, whatever it is.
Right.
Make sure you guys are seeing things. You may not be 100%, but at least make sure you're just seeing things and you can work with each other when doing these things. That's the most important thing before you get married.
You're
Mhm.
broke people with lots of degrees.
Yep.
And you got to clean the mess up, man. I mean, you got to re-identify yourself in your mind and go, okay, I got to clean this up. I got to clean this up. I got to clean this up.
Mhm.
And you just get in that mode. Do it. You can do it. People do it all the time. Jade did it. You
I
paid
did
off
it.
again.
And it took me longer than you, John. So you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah. And but you started with a lot less income
That's what I'm
at
saying. Yeah.
the beginning of it. But
Mhm.
y'all paid off 460 something, almost 500
Yeah, that's right.
total, of which almost 300 was student loans.
That's right.
So,
It can be done. It's a slog, but put those milestones in there, build it in. Once we pay off this amount, we're going to do this thing. Once we pay off this amount, we're going to do this thing. It's not enough to get yourself off track, but you have to celebrate those milestones, especially when you're in it for more than 2-3 years. You've got to keep yourself motivated by doing that.
you could actually post Jade told me I can't have a life.
No. It's till Dave do us part, not till Jade do us part.
Well, come on. You gonna throw me under the bus. You're gonna leave me by myself on the mean internet memes. The thing is, I didn't ruin anybody's life. I just told you to go ruin your own life so you could get your life back because you sold it to Sally Mae. You sold your butt to Sally Mae. You signed the deed to your butt and you handed your deeded butt over to Sally Mae. And now you got to get your butt out of Hawk.
Yeah.
And that's what it amounts to. A lot of butts going on here.
A lot. Yeah. You put them in there, but it's not the point is there's nothing easy about this. You can try to look for a loophole or an easier way out, but when you've got this kind of debt, you have to sacrifice to win. There's no two ways about it.
And the weird thing, guys, for everybody out there, John included, congratulations on the December wedding. We just signed you up for hell. Not the marriage, but the process of getting out of debt there afterwards. But for everybody, John included, the interesting.
You can have a lot of fun in finding ways to get out of debt. I know when
Yeah,
we
free
we
fun.
had a few.
We went on a free day today, actually.
Yeah, we did have a free date today.
We went to
A
the
pier.
beach area, like a pier,
Yeah.
and then we were walking the pier,
Yeah.
and we just were looking at the water and the boats, and it was
That's a
fantastic.
great date. Also, and when it comes to eating out, you can take like a recipe or a menu item from your favorite restaurant. Then you
Try
go
to
grocery
recreate it.
shopping and try to recreate it. It's gonna make the experience so much better. We did it for Valentine's Day. We got like some Chinese
Yeah,
Chinese food
we
chicken.
technically went to like P.F. Chang's.
Yeah, and then we cooked the rice, and then we put it all together, and that's how you create it, and you have fun.
Yeah,
It's tough, but it's not going to be as drudgery. Have fun with it.
yeah, you can have fun with it. There is such thing as free fun as well. So
Jade and Sam are a power couple to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm.
They probably would have become that anyway, but they became that more so by fighting this fight. The transformation and the calluses that happen in your character that
Mm-hmm.
cause you to be able to hold your breath, grit your teeth, and push through hell and get it cleaned up set the stage for you to be able to tackle anything
That's
after
right.
that.
It's like when a woman has a baby, you can't tell her nothing after that. It's like, I can do
I
anything.
know that's right.
And it's the same way when you pay off this debt. You can't tell anybody nothing after they pay off $460,000 of debt.
Exactly. And that's what it's going to do. But the force
Mm-hmm.
that causes that piece of coal to become a diamond is this extreme sacrifice in a short period of time, and it causes not only the debt to go away, but a wonderful permanent change in your relationship.
So, what did you think, my love?
Great strategy, great advice. I love it. This is why I listen to Dave Ramsey. And this is what's going to help out everybody here who are in healthcare. And guys, if you've made a mistake before, it's never too late to change it.
Yeah, it's never too late. And if you notice too that the numbers are causing some type of anxiety within you, use that as leverage to create change.
And you can get an ideas too. Find out ideas of how to make money. Jade, in her story,
she's
she
a
was
superstar.
over. She said she had crazy amount of debt, making less money.
$400,000 in debt, making less than that couple.
Making less than John, I think, the PT. And so what she did, she came up with creative ideas of how she's going to make money. And if you follow them, she does.
I remember her saying that she's done piano lessons because she's really gifted with music. So she gave piano lessons. She started even, I think, helping
Baking.
to detail cars and baking and
Walking dogs.
and walking dogs. The girl was hustling. She did not know what free time was.
Yep.
So, but thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope to catch you in the next one. If you have any other reaction videos or videos that you would like us to react to in terms of healthcare professionals and money, let us know in the comment down below, and we will do our best to get to it. Until next time.
Have a great one, guys.